This is KGW News at 11.
Rain and snow coming down across the Pacific Northwest tonight. Here's a look at Highway 26 from earlier today. If you plan to head toward government camp tonight, make sure to put chains on your car. Traction tires can help too. But if you don't have to drive over the passes, it's best not to. Trip Check sent out that warning just a few hours ago because of snow in the area. The roads are open tonight, but it is best to check again before you go. Hello and welcome to KGW News at 11. I'm Brittany Folkers alongside meteorologist Joe Ranieri. And Joe, you've been keeping a close eye on the snow. So how much are the mountains expecting overnight?
An impressive amount, at least over a foot in a few locations, maybe a little bit more than that in the higher elevations above Timberline Lodge. But if you're traveling at all tonight and into tomorrow, like you just said, I would kind of, hold off traveling. Of course, a lot of people heading home from the long holiday weekend, but we've been seeing some heavier showers at times here a good part of the afternoon. They're kind of tapering off a little bit, but you'll look at the Oregon Cascades, and that's the one thing that you're not seeing much let up, and that is the snowfall. It has been pretty impressive here the last couple of hours, and I tell you what, it's going to be even more impressive heading into the overnight hours. We have some watches and warnings. I'll show you that in a second, but it's just not the Oregon Cascades. They're going to be seeing a little bit of some cold air move through. The Coast Range will as well. Now, the Coast Range will be seeing about a 2,000 foot level, snow level, 1 to 3 overnight. A valley, a mix of snow or rain at times, but again, no accumulations. We're basically going to be looking at showers in the Columbia River Gorge. You could be looking at a little mix at times, but again, no accumulation, at least tonight. There's a chance by Tuesday we could be seeing another round of some cold air, and with it will be some precipitation. But we're not going to be looking at any, valley snowstorm just yet. But we are looking at some early winter weather for sure. You can see all those watches and warnings, that a winter weather advisory through parts of the foothills of the mountains. That purple is a winter storm warning in place throughout the Oregon Cascades. As we look at the forecast for the Oregon Cascades tonight, heavy amount of snow, and like I said, anywhere from 10 to 15 inches of snow overnight. Snow levels drop down to 2,000 feet, and yeah, we could be looking at several inches of new snow heading into tomorrow as well. This model is showing by tomorrow morning some locations about 1,000 feet and higher could see some light accumulation. If that is what you see, that is all you're going to get. We're not going to be seeing much in terms of accumulation. But again, you travel over the Coast Range and the mountain passes tonight and into tomorrow, expect to see some treacherous conditions. I'll talk more about your detailed forecast, which includes a lot of cold air over the next few days in just a few minutes.
All right, Joe, thanks so much. And with more snow expected in the mountains, ski resorts hope to get enough of it to open up. Christelle Coomway takes us to government camp.
While on the valley floor, we are mostly dealing with rain. Up in the mountains at higher elevations, it's a completely different story. It's like night and day.
Just dumping down. Winter's finally here.
With several inches of fresh powder over the weekend and heavy snow expected into Monday, Mount Hood Meadows ski area expects at least a limited opening on Tuesday. As of Sunday afternoon, the ski area reported getting about 5 inches amid a storm that is expected to drop up to 2 feet through Monday.
What do I like about snow out here? I get to surf it on the mountain.
That's good news for locals like Casey Jones. But that much snow can be dangerous for drivers who don't have the right gear.
A lot of people aren't prepared, and they don't even look at the signs that say traction tires required and stuff like that, and they just keep driving like it's like they live somewhere where there's no snow. And I call them flatlanders, idiots. But people just need to prepare when they come up here.
The best thing we can do is know before we go.
Don Hamilton with the Oregon Department of Transportation says preparation is key.
It's always a good idea to have chains in your car in case you need them and to know how to use them. It's always a good idea to make sure that you know what conditions are like on the road and to drive to conditions on the road. Those are the most important things, is be careful on the road. Slow down.
Snow is gorgeous. It makes everything nice and silent and quiet. It just puts peace everywhere. But, you got to prepare.
Christelle Coomway, KGW News.
Timberline Lodge plans to open a couple of lifts Monday if we get enough snow overnight. Both Timberline and Meadows will post updates on their websites tomorrow morning. Meanwhile, severe weather is hitting in other parts of the country, creating holiday travel headaches. More than 2,500 flights were delayed across the U.S. during the post-Thanksgiving travel rush this weekend. Experts say severe weather, including rain, heavy winds, and snow, are causing the most problems. Storms will linger in northeastern parts of the U.S. tonight, but tomorrow should make for a smoother travel day in that region. New tonight, patrons at a Portland bar stopped an armed robber by fighting back. It happened on Northeast Sandy Boulevard, where they were able to pin the suspect to the ground until police got there. Blair Best has the story.
It's hard to find a local business along this stretch of Northeast Sandy Boulevard that hasn't been impacted by theft or violence.
Yeah, that's how it is.
And it's all part of a typical day at work for Alexis Carrillo, who manages this Sandy smoke shop.
There's a lot of people coming to the store with like knives and bats and stuff, and I gotta kick them out of the store while I'm here, and who knows what happens when I'm not here at night.
A valid concern, seeing as Bivon Sports Bar across the street was targeted just after midnight on Saturday.
Well, I was shocked, but it's not surprising.
Police say someone tried to rob the bar with a gun, but people there stopped it, pinning the suspect to the ground.
I mean, they did what they had to do, you know. Good thing there was people there to do that.
After the suspect was pinned to the ground, they were arrested and taken to a nearby hospital, since police say they clearly needed medical attention. Now local business owners tell KGW they're on high alert, storing weapons behind the counter and keeping a close eye out for each other by sharing security camera footage.
Yeah, no, that's kind of how we roll.
And it's the only way to roll when this type of crime is so common.
It's a little scary, you know, because you never know what could happen, but you just gotta deal with it.
At last check, the suspect is still in the hospital and in police custody and looks to be facing the charge of robbery in the second degree. Blair Best, KGW News.
A man was seriously hurt when he fell off the wing of an airplane in Hillsborough today. The Boeing 227 has been converted into a home. Tualatin Valley Fire and Rescue says that the man was actually taking a tour of the plane when he slipped off the wing and fell about 30 feet. They think he fell because of wet conditions. Cyber Monday is less than an hour away, with shoppers hopeful of finding better deals online. Already this weekend, online sales for Black Friday reportedly hit record numbers across the country. In Portland, some small businesses say that they are feeling that growth, but Evan Watson found out many customers are excited about getting back into stores.
We just are in full holiday shopping mode.
Customers are looking for holiday gifts, and nothing reminds people of shopping more than the branded gauntlet of Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, and Cyber Monday. At Broadway Books in Northeast Portland, bookseller Ariel Cusby says it's ramping up.
We're definitely starting to get more in-person shopping again. We still have a significant amount of online orders, but it's, that's increased significantly since before the pandemic.
You can't overstate pandemic effects on shopping habits. Stores adjusted over the last 2 years, and Cusby, who started working here this year, says new customer preferences are evident.
I will say, I'm just now processing the most online orders I've ever seen since I've worked here, and so, right now it feels like a pretty 50-50 split of a lot of online and then a lot of in-person.
Though she prefers giving book recommendations face-to-face.
That personal connection, that's what you get here and not somewhere like Amazon.
Nationally, online sales set record numbers on Black Friday. Estimates topped $9 billion, up 2% from last year. Take Little Rituals on Southeast Division, a woman-owned shop that focuses on selling all sorts of things from BIPOC and LGBT businesses. Ann Todd says it's been busy.
Online orders have been a somewhat newer thing, but people are stoked about that, and even people who live in Portland have been using the online shop a lot as well.
So she's hoping local businesses will keep carving out their slice of the Cyber Monday pie, even if she thinks that in-store connection is something special.
Everyone who comes in is very positive, and they seem to enjoy being here, and it's just really nice to be able to talk to people.
Evan Watson, KGW News.
New businesses for BIPOC and other communities of other nationalities have a harder time getting into markets that are more well established, like at the bigger locations. So finding a way to make it affordable for them, but also creating a space that's welcoming for the community to shop from them as well.
Shopping and supporting local was made easy today with the holiday market in Southeast Portland, featuring more than 30 BIPOC vendors. It was all set up at Tabor Space in Southeast. The next collective hasn't been announced yet, but the event's organizer says that she's hoping to host more events in 2023. Make sure to check out PDX_vendor collective on social media for future event details.